I that's the case.
Great job, Nintendo, on touching on all on nostalgia, but there was also another company that touches on people's nostalgia that released something that showed up in Costco. Let's check this out.
Check this out. Ooh.
This picture was circulating all over the place.
That's nostalgic.
But I want everyone to be quiet. No, nobody say a word. Shh, everyone quiet. We're gonna do something different on the Friday Night Arcade Show. So everyone, it's fine for everyone to say something about it, but here's the rules. You can say nice things only. So who wants to go first? I'll go first. Okay, I'll go first. So I'm going to say something nice about this. I think the marquee is well done. Brad, anything nice?
Yeah. I like that it has a BO monitor that I could remove and put in a better arcade.
Okay, it was nice. That was nice.
Nice. It's a nice monitor.
That was nice.
I could remove it. I could put in something better than this.
Yeah, it was nice, and it's also practical.
I'm pointing at the features.
Yes. Can I say something?
Nix, would you like to say something nice about this?
You see in the bottom left-hand corner of the control panel there, that triangle. It's got a warning label on it there, right? So it's putting the user first. It's warning you of the danger of the edge of the control panel for your hand there. You see the screws? That's where your hand's going to be resting. So it's warning you to be careful.
Could I say something else nice about it? What's nice about this to me is that nobody here in my house ever plays on the second player control deck. I play all my arcade games by myself. So if I were to have this in my house, nobody would be stuck on playing on the two-player side.
I have something nice to say.
Positive, right? Steps?
I have something nice to say. What's really wonderful about this cabinet is that I'm not going to have any FOMO of missing out.
That is nice.
And my family,
it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
I got another one. I got another one. Something nice. Well, you know what? They've got light up buttons.
Yeah. Another thing I could say nice is that I can save money on a Costco membership. That's nice, right? Is anyone?
Nice.
We have a bunch of our friends here from the home arcade community watching. Does anyone else in the chat room have anything nice to say about
Sacro says
this new product?
Sacro says it's nice that they aren't charging $700. This is only $600. What a value!
Yeah.
But that's because it's a Costco. You have to have a membership.
It's nice they're not charging $700.
All right, now let's get honest. What the hell is happening here? So I can understand this, like if you pick it up for like the Golden Tee, but how the hell are you playing the other games that they put on this thing?
I can play Defender on that.
Well, we showed earlier.
Dude, you literally have to have a college degree to figure out how to play Defender on this thing.
Okay, so earlier,
there's not even enough buttons to cover.
You have to take a course.
The game has one more button than the machine has.
I am so confused by the button layout on this thing.
Well, it's very easy. Papa Brad and I talked about this earlier. We had the control scheme up for Tubin, and the live button functions as a in-play button, as is the start button. So when you press start to start, after that, the start button becomes one of the buttons to play the game.
You know what this looks you know what this looks like to me? This looks like when you breed an elephant with a pot-bellied pig.
What?
There you go. There's the review.
And this is the offspring.
So we know Arcade1Up's been doing some crazy. I mean, they really haven't been doing much of anything this year, but when they are doing stuff, it's all this wild stuff. So do you think that do you think at this point, like Arcade1Up has completely abandoned the entire point of what they were supposed to be, and they're now just like gonna mix and match whatever their biggest sellers are into these cabinets?
Proof is in the actions.
Brooklyn for years.
Proof is in the actions.
For years they've been dumping on multicades, and this is a straight up multicade. For years,
this is a multicade.
Our cabinets are replicas. Our cabinets are replicas. It's the nostalgic artwork. This is a very badly executed multicade.
Monstrosity.
But so, how is it that on Glenn's GRS deck for the iArcade, he figured out how to have a trackball 2 spinners, and proper button configuration all in that space. But they seem to have a lot of space to work with, but I guess they wanted to take up the real estate with having the golden tee, the different shots and stuff like that on there.
Yeah.
So, but another thing,
It's because they don't play the games, Brooklyn.
another thing is,
They don't even ask people.
how
about
confusing
games.
is it going to be to play a game when you're used to, if a game is a 2-button game, you're used to that button being to the right of the first
side.
one.
The buttons are up and down.
Now
They're
it's
on top of each
down,
other.
but it's on like a 45-degree angle.
It's bizarre.
Your natural
It's
reaction, like, is
bizarre.
your natural reaction on player 2 is you're going to be tapping off the cabinet into the air
I mean,
to try to hit the second
People are
button.
gonna have to put their hands sideways on this thing to use the buttons. You're gonna have to like. tilt
At this
your
point,
hands.
what I would do, honestly, is if I would just get the golden tee one without the other games in it. You know, it's nice that they're there, but I don't like, look at the spacing on player 1 and player 2. Maybe it's just this picture, but they don't even look like they're spread out the same distance on both sides. One looks closer than the other.
I know.
This thing is wild, dude.
Because that's where the
They
buttons
could
are.
have they
Heavy,
could have
yeah.
they could have placed those buttons better. Like there's room.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
could've-
If
they
Glenn
could've.
was able to put everything that he put in the GRS deck,
There's so much wasted real estate. Like,
how
there's-
could
look
they
at
wasted
all.
it with the golden tee, with the all the markings for the different shots and stuff like that?
Yeah, but does the trackball have to even be that size? You know what I'm saying? Could they went with a smaller trackball, which would have allowed more room?
I have no
This
idea.
is-
Control
I have
panel.
no idea.
Like, that
all
would've
that
been
being
an
said,
option.
all that
Why
being
not?
said, they're still using a plastic deck protector in 2024. We've all had decks, that, either with vinyl arcade graphics or like what iArcade. We've had better stuff. It's like they're still going. They went backwards back to just a piece of plastic, a clear piece of plastic over cheap artwork. I mean, it's just terrible.
The way I look at it is like this.
Another step back.
If you're like anyone from this community, the home arcade community, okay?
Yeah, can we
Not
pull
just
that
some average person walking into Costco and be like, oh, look, an arcade. There's literally no point in getting this if you have a Legends Ultimate, if you have an iArcade with the GRS deck. Like, you can then play all these games way better. Like, there's literally no point. So this is not meant for
Like-
anybody from this community. This is
If
just
you're-
meant for the average Joe that walks in and be like, oh, look at that cool arcade.
If you're a YouTuber and you want to assemble it for views and then review it for views,
It will get views. And
Reviews.
yep. I
You
could
wanna go to
imagine.
Costco, if you wanna go to
Cornicade, if you
Costco
pick
and
this up,
review
I know
it,
you're out there somewhere.
play it.
Here, let me pull it up. Let's
If
pull
you
it
pick this up, you just got a golden tee not that long ago. I remember you putting it together. If you literally now go and get this, you're crazy, man. But it could be a smart move for YouTube because people will come out in droves to watch anybody putting that
Oh
together.
yeah.
Let's see the different images. There we go.
I'm just not going to be the one doing it.
Like, look at that. Look at the spacing on all the stuff underneath.
Yeah.
100 and also $179 for all those premium controls. I mean, you're getting good
Look
stuff.
at that.
You're getting
Come on
you're getting a great
now.
trackball.
Come on now.
You're getting Brooklyn volcano buttons.
Let's go back to that.
A
That's the
game
best image of
switching
it right
joystick.
there.
you know what? At least they
that.
didn't
And
just.
that's $179. How is that Arcade1Up worth $600?
Hey, at least they didn't buy it,
How's that a good
reverse
value?
engineer it, and then put it in their product like they did before.
And did
Yeah.
you mention the gate switcher?
The gate switcher.
Which
Yeah.
is yeah, look
Perfect
at it.
four-way to eight-way.
Fits nicely in there. Ooh, hold on a second. Yeah, right there. Right there, look at that.
And it doesn't need a deck protector.
No
No.
deck protector. Does that
No.
does that have a cheap piece of plastic that's going to get all scratched up within the first 10
No,
minutes?
look at it. Look at it.
That's
Look
what
at
I
the
hated
finish.
about the deck protectors.
I hate those things.
And especially when they decided to start lighting them up with the LED lights, because as soon as you light them
Makes
up, you
every
see
scratch
all the
that much
freaking
more
scratches
visible.
in it.
And fingerprints, yeah.
Yeah, it just like, here, let's glow all the scratches all over this thing so you can see them even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have,
no.
you have grandkids that just ate some Cheetos, you'll never get that thing looking right again. That's the end of it. Game over, man.
Look at the finish on that as it comes out of the box.
Yeah, I've left mine just like that, just all black. I know
Yeah.
people,
I did the artwork.
you did the artwork.
It was a pain.
Man, that's a big undertaking. I know Gregory did his recently. You got to take everything apart to do that right.
Yeah, see with me, I had the Retromania
underneath. Oh yeah.
And the Retromania is black and red anyway, so it's like, the black deck's fine. I don't see the need for the art. Now, if I had
leaving it.
If I had a Dragon's Lair, I may do it, but I think
I do, and I'm leaving it black. So
just my point was, if that was a graphic, like a game graphic, like if you were a manufacturer and you put a game graphic with that same vinyl, it would stay looking just as good, you know.
Yeah. So the only thing on this,
cheap.
Yeah, the only thing on this is the the placement of the spinners. You got to reach over the sticks, but Glenn did figure out something for that. You can completely remove the sticks on this thing. I don't know anyone that's going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's playing that many spinner games that you're going to take the sticks off. So I just leave mine on. But I've been able to play some of the games with the spinners pretty good. But you're kind of like reaching over the stick. But it's still great that they're there.
Anyway, you know, when you're doing it, you're using your fingertips. You know.
Yeah. Where else would he put them? If you put them in the front, then you're going to be constantly, you know, hitting them when you're playing like the majority of the game.
It's just the quality too. When you spin that spinner and it just spins so effortlessly, like everything is just the precision, you know, of good controls. It makes a big difference, you know. And you know, even Cornercade, like he realized once he replaced one set of controls, Brooklyn, now he wants to do every arcade he has. He's like us from 2 years ago, like when we first got into this arcade hobby.
Yeah.
You know, you realize, these controls suck.
This shows you that there isn't much room to work with after you've laid everything out. So if you can try to envision how you would try to put a spinner somewhere else, like the spinner is located here. That's the spinner there, and then that's the spinner there. Where else would you think you could put it where you'd slide these up, move those over, put it down here? You know, there is, especially with all these different mounting brackets that have to be here that are wide with the trackball and the joystick. And then you have so he probably figured out every which way to do it, and this is probably the best way to do it.
Well, yeah, they could have made a Mortal Kombat they could have made Golden Combat like everybody thought they were making. Honestly, I think that might have sold better than this. We'll see, though. I think Mortal Kombat has more popularity than the Midway Classics.
I think we're seeing the slow end to Arcade1Up. They are no longer the same type of business that they were when they first started. They used to be, Brooklyn. But I gotta be honest with you, none of these things, like when you see them, like you'll see like on Cornercade show and like our stuff when we have these arcades in the background and we have all the lights and everything's set up nice, they look good. But you know, I work in different homes every day, and every so often happened to be last week, I was in a house that had an Arcade1Up, and when you just see them sitting there by themselves, they do not look like arcades. They look like toys. Mm-hmm. You know, it's all about how you display them.
Well, the iArcade definitely looks like a premium product when you look at it.
Yeah, the iArcade still to this day, I'll just keep saying it. It was the best built and best looking 3/4 scale home arcade. The artwork, goat! Everything about it.
It's the GOAT!
It's just amazing.
And now time for a quick commercial break.
This one actually looks like a Golden Tee. I'll give it that. It does look like a Golden Tee. Golden Tee Classic. I think this is the original Golden Tee, right?
Mm-hmm.
$425. I don't think it's worth $425.
Yeah, that seems awfully expensive.
I mean, what do these what? So a new Golden Tee's $5.99. That's an XL with all the Midway games, and that's if you pay whatever retail price is at Costco right now. So one like this, as old as it is, I'm gonna say what they because that game has some popularity. I would mark
$200, $250.
I would mark it at 300 and take what I could get. And take what I could get. That's what I would do. So no deal at 425. Yeah, 160 without the riser and the light up marquee. Nope. Oh yeah, we're talking about the Street Fighter there. 250, 275. Yeah, exactly. It's priced too high. Wait, Nick says deal. Nick says deal. The new one is ugly.
Yeah.
Well, don't say that just because the new one's ugly, man. Deal or no deal on the new one? That's the question, right? The new one.
That is the question.
The new one is got a 19-inch BOE monitor, which is nice, but it's got crappy control systems for all the Midway games.
You know what? I don't get steps. They came out with the vinyl control deck instead of the deck protector, and they went back to the cheap plastic deck protector.
I would rather. I don't know if the iArcade one was so
It never comes
nice.
off. If you do,
it had this like coating.
Vinyl,
I had this coating on the iArcade deck, and like it was so flawless. But they lost so much money because they're giving you like a $1,200 cabinet for $300. And then they didn't have any titles, so that's why they lost. But
my point is it's a huge step backwards because once you've experienced arcade cabinets that aren't using like a cheap piece of plastic to keep the graphics from wearing off when you play it. I mean, going back to the plastic deck protector to me is going way backwards.
I think they're trying to put a value cabinet out there at Costco to get people to buy. But at the same point, I'm not sure they care. They're just like, let's get these into Costco. Let's start selling some stuff at Costco. And probably Sam's Club and wherever else they could get it into. Because, that's probably their biggest moneymaker. They buy bulk, one title. They sell a bunch of them. And people just go in there and buy them. And then when Christmas hits, the week before Christmas, they'll all be marked down, whatever they have left, to $300. That's what's going to happen. It happens every single Christmas.
Yeah.
So they're putting them in there now to sell for Christmas. And then right at Christmas, the week before, they're going to say, oh, we need to get rid of these. We're going to get rid of these now. $2.99, Golden Tee Midway Super Cabinet. And that's how that's going to go. And everybody's going to be on the little groups, and you're going to see everybody. I bought one. I got one. Now everybody loves it because it was $2.99 instead of $5.99.
Yeah. Steps. It's like you've been on this merry-go-round before, and you've seen this before. It's almost like deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah, it is deja vu. It's the same story.
It's the same pattern.
It's the same pattern. Because I know what Costco's doing. They're buying them at bulk for the best price they can. And Arcade1Up's like, let's get rid of these. Let's make some money. And then they sell them. And then whatever they can't sell for $5.99, they're like, $2.99. Get it the hell out of here. Christmas is over.
They'll make the money off the early adopters. The people that just have to have it right away.
The YouTubers.
The
YouTubers.
Yeah. They'll make the money off the first wave of people that buy it. It's just how this stuff works.
All right.
The thing I don't get, Steps. Do you have a picture of the new cabinet? Like a ton of the games aren't going to work well with that control layout.
Let me see if I could bring something up about the new cabinet since we want to talk about that apparently. Anyway, I will say this about it. The marquee looks like the best marquee they've ever done. Not the artwork, but just the look, the look of the marquee.
For years, Steps, I listened to Arcade1Up people complain about all the logos all over the ALU cabinet, the way they put all the logos on it. And what did they do on this cabinet? The whole side of it is plastered with game logos of all the games. It's a multicade. To me, it goes away from what Arcade1Up initially, like what their main thing was these are arcade reproductions. It goes so far away from that, it's not funny.
All right, there's the cabinet, right? So there's the front of it, and we got, obviously, the marquee looks sharp other than the fact that it's kind of weird, like the artwork, but like it looks bright, it looks colorful, it looks like it's the right, like everything there looks like it's going to look like an actual arcade marquee. I was shocked at that. Now, granted, that doesn't mean that I like that half of it says Midway and half of it says Golden Tee, but the picture of it assembled looked way better than the picture on the box. I will say that. And the deck, you know, just from a visual perspective, the top of the deck, actually, I thought looked good. The problem, though, is that there's not enough buttons to play the games properly.
You don't even have enough buttons to play Defender. There's not even enough buttons on the control panel. I liked what Rexer said. He said there's 4 buttons scattered throughout the control deck. Randomly scattered. That's exactly what randomly. It's like whoever designed this, they didn't play the games. They didn't know like how the games play for the layout. It's crazy. Capcom would never allow that. Why would Midway? Because Warner Brothers doesn't really. I don't know if lipstick on a pig. I don't think Warner Brothers cares, right? They just own a whole bunch of old games. Do they even make current games? I don't even know. I know they just bought out Mortal Kombat and that. At least it says Midway and not Warner Brothers. That's a plus, right? I wouldn't be surprised. You know, like when you do the Konami Ninja Turtles cab, they have to put Nickelodeon, not Konami. At least they put Midway on it, I guess. There's another positive. Yeah, it's definitely quite weird. Let's see. Look, there's is that what PD7 went and he actually showed one on his video. Yeah. Yeah, look, there's Cornercade, Costco wholesale, right? As soon as you look it up, this is what you get. PD7. PD7 and Cornercade, man. Right there. Search. More popular than Michael B, apparently. Yeah. Michael B. It's not terrible. I'm trying to find. There's the side, right? Yeah, look at the bottom. There's so many logos on it. They're just plastered all over it. Wait, I see. These are just in the comments, maybe? Is that where these are? Is this... Wait, look at this control scheme for Tubin. Oh, my goodness. Wait. The start button is a button in play as well. Wow. Interesting. So you have to press start is now both start and throw. The live button is also pause. What the hell? This is weird. What on earth? Could they have just put... No, they couldn't, because the way this is. I don't know. You would think they could have found a way to make the deck a little bit bigger or do something to make this work without this kind of jacked up stuff. Yeah, you would think so. You would think so. Tubin didn't have joysticks. See, I never really even played Tubin. Why not make the... Does the trackball even have enough space to really play Golden Tee correctly? Is it far enough away from the monitor for when you're giving it like a really powerful... It's probably no different than the original. I remember the videos of James Hates Everything playing it and like knocking the cabinet. His hands into the glass. Yeah, that's what it was, right? And Gallagher Guy 88 says, "Who plays Tubin?" Yeah, I don't know. Who plays Tubin? I don't know. Who does? You know. So I mean, but button, like yes. Paperboy, another one. Like, you know, why? Why? I don't know, man. It's weird. How are you gonna play? I mean, like, I don't know. And does it have a USB port for plugging in controllers? Because I don't see one. No, they don't. That was the only way that Sinistar worked well on the Defender Partycade. You could plug an Xbox joystick into it and use the analog controls. because Sinistar has a really unique joystick on it. It's more than 8 directions.
I'm just trying to find, maybe this has the side art right here. This is, if I can click on this. Oh, that's just a box. Here we go. No. See, they're showing a different
Is that the original cab, huh?
It's weird because the box doesn't show those awful titles that were on the side.
Yeah, they're plastered all over the bottom of it. Just like the ALU that for years people hated on. They said it was the ugliest cab they had ever seen.
Here we go. There it is. See?
Yeah, just like the AtGames Legends Ultimate with all the logos. That is the worst look you can have for an arcade cabinet.
Well, the AtGames Legends Ultimate puts the titles in the front.
I know, and I didn't like that either. Steps, I didn't like that either. I flipped that panel over so it's black. But what I'm saying is, it's like, I just think it looks terrible. Like, if you're buying it, you know what games are on it.
It looks like an ALU with less options.
It does. You know, at least the AtGames Legends Ultimate, you can play thousands of games on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is limited to this fairly small game list. And I don't know what percentage, but a fairly high percentage of the games don't have the right controls.
Paperboy is a great game because you get hit by a parked car. So ugly. Hey, Arcade Talk, good to see you, man. James hates everything played on the Deluxe, not the XL. The Deluxe, you're smashing your hand for sure. Okay. All right.
I think Gallagher guy says he likes this cab.
Gallagher guy? Gallagher guy's buying. Oh, yeah, he did. He said
he liked this cab.
He wants to buy it. He said that.
Get it.
Hello, Thumper Squid. Hello. Arcade Talk. Oh, man. Yeah, it's pretty. I $5.99, no deal. I can see why.
Yeah, I'm thinking for some people this could replace a bunch of their cabinets, though, right? Like if you had, I don't know, a Golden Tee and some of the other titles, maybe you would replace it with this one.
Well, I think that I'd probably get more use out of that than I would this.
Yeah,
I will say that. I can see why people might want to get rid of it. I like the XL, the 19-inch monitor a lot better. I do.
I wonder what price, Gallagher guy. What is my price? What price would it have to go for you to actually buy this cabinet? Like I'm thinking like $300 is where it needs to be. What do you think, Steps?
I think it's going to go down to $300 the week before Christmas. Yeah, but you're going to have a limited window to get it, and you're going to have to be on it.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
And you have to go to Costco is the only place that has this. Like I don't even go to Costco. You have to be
Gallagher guy says $2.99.
You got to be a Costco shopper, right?
I'm a Costco member.
It's like a club like Sam's Club, isn't it? Where you have to have a membership.
I went into Costco a day or two ago. They didn't have any of these yet. And I looked. Obviously I didn't go there to look, but I actually buy actual groceries at Costco. So yeah.
Yeah, Jason has the whole sequence. $5.99 to start. Suckers come get them for $5.99. $4.99, $3.99, $2.99, then nothing. Yeah, that's probably how it will go, just like that.
Yeah, you have to be on it. You have to be on it if you want it at $2.99. Yeah, I could see where maybe at $3.99 they get all gone, but for $2.99 they'll be gone pretty quick. Not that I think that you should buy one. I'm just saying. If you want to buy an Arcade1Up stuff, they add a premium of $25 or so if you do not have a membership. They did that with Pac-Man XL cabinet. Yeah, because they wanted to get rid of it. They're like, get this out of here. It takes up a lot of space.
Really? I didn't know they did that. I thought you had to be a member. That was all there was to
it. They card me when I walk in the door, and if I don't have my card on me, they won't let me in. So
that's
I never heard of that.
Exclusive club. I've never heard of that either.
You can get into the pharmacy. That's all I know about. But I'm not gonna say the manager's not gonna let people buy it. Maybe the manager's like, yeah, we want to get rid of it.
I know Sam's Club was the same way with the ALUs. Like I got my second ALU for next to nothing. I mean, really for what for what I bought it for. I think I got paid like $300.
Walmart all day because you have a Walmart tattoo for real? I say wait to buy those cabs. Wait for the mods to be available. I think they'll go down. If people really want it, I would be patient. All those titles are playable right now on several different ways. So if you really like the cab, wait, see if something happens with the price. But I would get it before Christmas.
Oh,
And
online.
they added
ship it to you.
$25.
Okay. I
Okay.
didn't know they did that. That's cool.
Yeah, I had the membership to there. They tried to get me to upgrade my membership to the premium platinum membership. They're like, you spent so much money here, and we'll give you 1% back. I'm like, great. Will you give it back to me for all the money I spent so far this year if I upgrade? They're like, no. And I'm like, well, then I'm not interested.
The premium platinum is Amazon.
I stopped paying that because Amazon for $35, if you spend $35, they'll ship it for free anyway. So why would I pay $15 a month for the free shipping when all I have to do is make sure my order's $15 or $35? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, their gas is cheap. Yes, they save money on gas. I insist on filling up at Costco when I fill up. If I would have all been done in the golden tee look with just the extra buttons and games, do you think it would be less offensive to people? Huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
It would have been less offensive. I think it's like, I don't know. It just has bad art. Like the front of the cab looks weird too with that arcade. It has a little arcade logo or whatever with the mashup. Yeah. I mean, the mashup thing isn't cool. They just didn't execute it well either.
Thumper Squid Prime Video is included. It is. If you watch the Prime Video, I don't blame you. I don't watch anything on there. Apparently,
Fallout's really good. The Fallout show was really good on Amazon.
Yeah,
I think that was an Amazon Prime. Show.
Apparently they're getting the NBA, but I think they're going to court over that mess, because when TNT matched the deal, they matched the deal. The Amazon can't have it. That's just how it is. So that's going to be tied up in court. They need to go back to the drawing board. Arcade1Up, this cab is fail as is. Okay. I think the suckers are going to buy it. I think they know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're not going anywhere.
Cornercade, I saw he had a post today. He's in the chat. I saw a post where he was saying that Best Buy was getting rid of all their Arcade1Up stuff. Is that true, Steps?
Is who's getting rid of it?
Best Buy.
I don't know.
A picture and it showed everything that was Arcade1Up was pulled.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cornercade, what's up with that?
Well, I don't know. I no longer work for Best Buy, so there you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm at work. The 97 is better because of deluxe design, speaker covers, play guard deck, higher screen placement, louder speakers, plus the mods we are doing to it will be X-Men. Yeah, that's what you should do. At least he's doing the right thing. He's making it an X-Men Children of the Atom. I could respect that, Cornercade. I have more respect for Cornercade than I have in a long time. Just for that comment right there. I appreciate that he's actually doing what they should have done with that cab and made it an X-Men Children of the Atom cabinet. That is what is true to the arcade and is a good idea.
Arcade reminds me of me 2 years ago when I was collecting Arcade1Ups. First, I got them all steps. Then I realized all the controls suck. And I replaced out all the controls on all my Arcade1Ups. It was like a journey. I had them all modded. Once I had them all modded, guess what I did? It was purge time.
Costco told me their memberships are going up in September. I don't know if that's a smart idea. We are getting a second BJ's Club, and they'll sell you a membership for like $25. So will Sam's Club. So I don't know. Them raising their membership is not the smartest idea, I don't think. But we'll see how that goes. Dark Realm Gaming. Is Arcade1Up hardwired, or do they work through Wi-Fi because they are seriously lagging? Yeah, you could hardwire Arcade1Up. Sometimes they have Ethernet. Sometimes they do not. There's no consistency in it whatsoever. And then if it has a USB port, you could plug in a USB to Ethernet adapter and then plug it in. Quick, everybody made a run on Best Buy. Arcade1Up can go in the trash. What's up, squad? What up, Cornercade? Yes, the post is display is pulled out of Best Buy. Just went and looked. Okay, well then it's gone.
Yeah, it showed everything was gone.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all because it takes up a lot of space. Usually it only sells around Christmas time, and it would sell really well at Christmas time because they would just put Pac-Mans out in the middle and then they all go. Like, because people look for last minute Christmas deals.
Yeah,
If I was them,
grandmas and grandpas remember the Pac-Man. They're like, you know what these kids need today? If they only had some Pac-Man, they would be happy.
If I was
They
them,
end up buying the Pac-Man. The kid plays it
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes, then they go play, Minecraft or Roblox or whatever the latest popular game is.
If I was in charge, I would buy only the Pac-Mans and stuff, and I'd put them out in the middle of the Best Buy at Christmas, and that's what I would do. But the problem is they probably screwed them over, because that's what Arcade1Up has historically done, is screw over their retailers or their distributor who distributes to certain retailers, and then it affects their business, and that might be why they're so focused on Costco at the moment. I don't know. I can't speak. I'm not, I just hear things, and they're not too many. They weren't in Walmarts anymore. In Walmart, I go and I never see them.
Yeah, I don't see much representation at all for Arcade1Up in Walmart around me.
Yeah, but apparently they're making a crap ton of money at Costco. If they can get the BJ's Wholesale Club, that might be another opportunity. You might see a whole bunch of cabinets still go back to Ollie's, because
Ollie's is always good.
I'm pretty sure the distributors that they probably still have some that they need to get rid of. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going through that journey now. Laugh out loud. Lit coin doors with button replacements. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. We had them. We had the Arcade1Ups. Both me and Steph's. We modded them. We changed out the buttons, the sticks. Right?
Yeah, I used to.
Am I lying? I'm not lying.
I used to have Retro 530 on speed dial. Hey, I got another one. Send me the light up.
I did too. Man. I had them stacked where like you could not move. I had so many. They were all just side by side.
Start a membership. I got not only that, but I'd go to DIY Retro Arcade or whatever that place is called and order like
DIY
buttons.
Retro.
Yeah,
that's where I got a lot of my buttons too.
Buttons, sticks, things, whatever. Okay, $250 for a Rampage.
But it does feel good to get your space back though, and just have a few that you love.
Oh wait, he specified this is.
We got a video.
Yeah, but they're $250 a piece. It was a $250 for both. So you pay $250 for Galaga or $250 for...
Isn't the Rampage a little bit more rare than the Galaga?
It is, but you can get Rampage on that new one at Costco. I'd rather buy that.
Yeah. You don't like that green bowling alley art?
I don't know, man. I think that's what it really looked like.
It did look like that, I think. But
yeah, but to be honest with you, where I remember playing Rampage for the first time?
Where?
The Commodore 64.
Oh yeah, man, Commodore 64. Dude, I got a version of a Karateka. Do you remember that game? Was that before your time? Karateka?
That sounds like karate mixed with erotica, and it sounds dirty.
No, it's not dirty.
Okay,
but it's on the 7800 Atari. It is pretty hard to play though. I was trying to play it earlier.
Wait, Nick's is saying $250 for Rampage is a deal. Okay, all right. If Nick says it, it must be a good deal. I love the new BOE monitor. Oh, that's in the iArcade. Yeah, Ichabod should have put that monitor in his iArcade. I
ordered one, Steps. I haven't gotten it yet, but I did order one.
I don't think I need it. Otherwise, I would. I said, my
original is good. My gold has a little washout, but it really didn't bother me too much, to be honest with you. But I'm still going to get it just to upgrade it.
Yeah, that first iArcade I had a terrible monitor. This iArcade I have has a pretty good one, so I'm like, I don't need it.
Yeah, it seems kind of hit and miss.
I'd be better off spending on a Sinden gun. I paid $180 for new for these Walmart 2018. Yep. Now they're gone probably. You still have Goofyfoot? It's all for third-party vendor stuff. As managers, we know very little about what's going on with any of that stuff. The warehouse crew doesn't even know. Oh, yeah, well. Yeah, that's the story over there. That's all I can say.
That's the Best Buy story.
That's the story over there. Yeah. They used to be a lot about helping people, being there for the people, being that customer service that you couldn't get, at other places. I'm not sure. I think there's still some people that probably are still there that may try to offer that, but it's few and far between. It's not what, you know. You can't be Amazon. That's the problem they're gonna have. You can't. There already is an Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick says, "Can you get a Rampage at my local pawn shop for $250 right now?" Okay. Okay, there you go. I can, as long as it's in great condition. So Nix wants the Rampage. Really? I'm surprised. Cool. I guess the Rampage is worth $250. The Galaga is not. You know what Galaga I still really liked? That Galaga Deluxe, man. When I saw a PD7 video on that, I like
Galaga Deluxe.
For some reason I instantly wanted that. I don't even like want to buy those things anymore. But like that cabinet looks so sexy looking. I was like, I want that Galaga Deluxe.
Yeah.
And then no, it's not available. They only made like 5 of them or something.
Yeah, I like the Rexer shows, Class of 1981 Deluxe. That's the one I would like to have.
Yeah.
That one's pretty nice.
Well, that one's like really close to a real arcade, though. That was actually made by Namco. I would assume if you think about it, let's say Arcade1Up has to pay $5,000 a month to have that little display, and if you take 5,000 times how many stores, it literally could be almost 1 million. I don't know if it was in every store. It's in a lot of stores, or it was in a lot of stores. And see, that was one of the things that they did when they were trying to turn things around the first time that Best Buy was hurting, is they started selling all the displays. That's why when you go into certain Best Buys, they'll have like a bigger LG section for the TVs, and then you go into a different Best Buy in this section, the bigger section's the Samsung. It's like, who's willing to pay more per store for that square footage of advertising?
They pay for that. Wow.
Yeah, they pay, and that's basically
because it's weird because there's like a Best Buy that's like maybe like 10 minutes away from me, and they've never had any Arcade1Ups ever. And then there's a Best Buy that's like 30 minutes away from me, and they always had that little small section just like you see in the PD7 videos, but they never had anything extra, just that little, that little group of machines. The Mortal Kombat Deluxe, the Pac-Man Deluxe is mainly what I saw in there.
Yeah, the best time I ever had there working there was probably like 2006. It was like a gravy train. Man, like I was a manager, and like we did so well, we went on a trip, and you go on this trip with them, and they'd have like a private concert with like Rob Thomas. You get off the plane, they're like, here's an Xbox, here's a new camera, here's a laptop, and they would just hand you all this stuff, man.
That's incredible.
And, yeah, they were making bank. That was, we went to Universal actually, and I stayed at that expensive hotel, the Royal Pacific. That was great. And then, all that free stuff. Good times. I told Burger Time Babe they pulled out of Best Buy, and her reply was, "Sounds like the end of them. She is the modern day Zoltar." the end of the Arcade1Ups, I'm guessing.
You've probably got a Zoltar right by you. Didn't you have a Zoltar?
I had it at the beginning of the stream. I had the Zoltar out.
Oh, okay. Probably the fortune says, Arcade1Up, your day is over.
No, it says exactly what the real Zoltar says. I compared that thing to 4 Zoltars in my video.
I got a real Zoltar ticket in my suitcase.
You could tell.
Last arcade place I went.
I could tell you that the New Wave Toys one, every fortune, everything it does is legit.
Satanic, yeah.
And
they go for.
It actually functions better than most of the real Zoltars, and that's because a lot of those Zoltars have been there for a very long time, and they're all over the country. A lot of those
Zoltars, they don't seem to be able to keep their hats straight. Like when you did your video, like their hats are all sideways.
That's because the problem...
it's a pain to open it. You'd have to open it to fix it, huh?
The thing is, they're not owned by those arcades or that amusement park or whatever. Okay. They're actually owned by the actual company that makes the Zoltar, and they do a revenue share. So, like, they actually would have to have somebody go to all those locations to maintenance the Zoltars. And I don't know, that would take a lot of money and manpower. So I hope that, they see things like the video and they go, oh, let's go fix it. Honestly, I think that Zoltar's pretty cool, even if his mouth doesn't move that much, or something like that. But I would go and tidy them up every year I do like a Zoltar maintenance, get the turbine looking right and that kind of thing. That should
It
be
almost seems
part of
like
the
the
deal.
new wave toys Zoltar was a little more animated than some of the ones I saw in the video.
They are.
I mean, there was
they
more animatronics in the new wave toys than in the actual.
The new wave
full
toys
size.
Zoltar is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. And I actually do enjoy the real Zoltar. I enjoy when I see them. I just would like to see some maintenance done to them once a year or something, you know, some more maintenance. That'd be good. Especially the ones here in the Midwest. Where did I go? West Virginia, Ohio. I think those were in there, and Indiana. Those were the 3. Yeah, and then the 4th one was the actual New Wave toys. So, yep. You want a Zoltar machine that's Obi-Wan instead? Yeah. Quartercade says, "Let's go, let's go."
The flute, he could have a lightsaber.
You know what's interesting, Papa Brad?
What's that?
You know what videos that I've done lately that get the most views?
The Chuck E. Cheese videos.
Chuck E. Cheese videos.
Am I right?
Yeah, they're doing better than the gaming videos. It's like,
hey, man.
And I'm like, man, do I really have to start driving across the country going to Chuck E. Cheese?
YouTube likes it when you niche down. The more specific and smaller the niche, the better YouTube likes it.
Yeah,
I don't know. A giant niche is not a really big category. You know, Chuck E. Cheese content is probably a really small niche, so you probably do really well.
Everybody loves Chuck E. Cheese. There you go. Yeah.
Actually, I like, what is it? The Rocket Fire Explosion?
That's my favorite. Yes.
I think I like them better than the Chuck E. Cheese.
I actually agree with you.
I've watched your videos, and I would have to say I like the Showbiz band better.
Yeah, I was supposed to go. I was going to go back to Chicago or north of Chicago to the Volvo Museum today because they're doing a Christmas in July with the Rocket Fire. And I was like, oh, I need to sleep. I just kept sleeping. I've been on the road so much this summer. I just can't take it anymore. I'm like, and I'm leaving for Florida and on Monday. But I'm not doing any
to Orlando?
Yeah, I'm not doing any content. I'm going with my 13-year-old son. And we're just gonna enjoy Universal Studios because I have a season pass, and that's just what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna film anything. I'm just gonna hang out with my kid, and my daughter. She don't want to go, you know, because she's 15, and so whatever. I'll just take my son.
Wow, who doesn't want to go to Universal Studios? It's an amazing place.
Well, she's a 15-year-old, and she's got a boyfriend and friends and all that, and so. She worked all last week. She actually worked at the church last week and made some good money, and proud of her.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So anyway, this.
Captain D's, Arcade1Up. They want their money. Captain D's wants their money back.
Yep.
Captain D's wants their money back, Arcade1Up.
I don't think people believe us when we say that they actually owe Captain D's money.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. Look it up. It's the same people.
Yep. Give them their money now.
Or Arcade1Up, man. They're circling the ball. They're circling the ball.
They got to make
money. Trying to sell the company. They're trying to sell the company.
Because they can't pay Captain D's.
It's funny, like people are like, they're going to this event. Everything's going to change. It's like, no, they're not. They're going to the event because they want to sell the company. They want to get rid. They want to get a buyer. I mean, that's what that's about.
Also, Vader says crystals taste a little different than White Castle. I don't know. I thought they tasted the same. I've had both. But
yeah.
I guess if I ate them together.
Arcade1Up, what are they making next? Nothing. They're not making anything new. They got nothing for you. They're gonna repurpose and repackage what they've already done. Until they might do a different box to put the things they've already done in, but I mean, what have they brought? They owe Captain D's money. Captain D's wants paid.
So they got to keep the doors open until they pay them off.
They got to keep the doors open and not spend money on new stuff. So that means no new stuff.
Yeah, just repurpose until Captain D's is happy.
Recycle, put it in a different shell, make it a bigger cabinet, make it a deluxe, make it a. But as far as new games, that's not happening.
Unless they
if anything, they're going backwards. They're losing licenses. If anything, they're going backwards, not forwards.
Yeah, I believe that. A&W.
How many new Sega games has Arcade1Up gotten?
They don't have that license anymore, do they?
Where's the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles Deluxe? They're losing licenses.
I forgot about that one.
They're going backwards. They're losing their ground.
Skyline Chili. Skyline Chili's in Cincinnati.
They're Team McCloskey, they're turtling up. They're turtling up and getting in the shell.
Oh no, Caro says Arcade1Up is the chocolate bar in the pool in the movie Caddyshack. That's a good one. Caro.
Arcade did have some good Sega games that bankrupted the company. They spent $1 million for Congo Bongo. $1 million. As much as I think Congo Bongo is a Team McCloskey, would you pay $1 million? Would you pay $1 million to have Congo Bongo?
Hell no.
$1 million.
No.
Man, when those people showed those financials, I was like, that was never going to work. That was not a good purchase.
The other thing that killed Arcade1Up.
You're spending $1 million, you better be getting stuff like Golden Axe and bigger titles from Sega. I mean, Congo Bongo's not a heavy hitter.
Yeah, but it's a fun game though.
It's fun, but I mean, it's not like
not like Donkey Kong.
Not like Donkey Kong or Double Dragon or Dragon's Lair. Those are bigger titles, The
other thing,
I love Congo Bongo. I'm not saying I don't like the game. I'm just saying, like, when you're looking at purchasing stuff, it can get, you got to look at it from a business sense, and that's why Arcade's not here. They didn't make good business decisions,
Another bad business decision was to do NFL Blitz. I guarantee NFL asked for a bunch of money for that one. They said, okay, it's going to cost you this, and you got to make this many machines. And look, they had a warehouse full of those fucking Blitz.
They put out a bunch. They put out a bunch of turkeys. Put out a bunch of turkeys in a row. Marvel vs. Capcom. They released Broken. The thing was a broken mess.
You don't. See, the thing is, you don't do business with the NFL. They're like Walmart. They'll make you do all these demands. Okay, you can have it if you do this.
No late hits.
Yeah, no, that's so stupid. Yeah, it's not Blitz.
Yeah, I don't like the woke stuff too. Like on the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 marquee, they cover like the Morgan's not right. They took away the boobs. Team McCloskey.
Of course,
they censored and redid the artwork. That's not how you're supposed to do stuff. If you're going to do stuff that way, don't call it nostalgia, because it's not. You're ruining it. After I saw that, I could never unsee it.
Evil Genius is coming up with a new video. My next video is about the rise and fall of Arcade1Up.
I cannot wait. I will be there. Leave it a comment as soon as it drops. iArcade spent a fortune for those Sega games. That was part of the reason that bankrupted them. A lot of reasons, but that was one of them. Spending too much for not getting enough back out of it.
No, Ray. Bill Murray ate the poos in the pool. He's like, Did that old lady faint when he ate that?
Oh my goodness. Ray Latory comes in here and he's dropping swear words in the chat. Are you guys watching the new Star Wars show? Don't even get me started. Team McCloskey, don't even get me started about the new Star Wars show.
So you're telling me, you keep telling me I need to watch it.
Watch this Star Wars. This is the good Star Wars. This one that's on beside me. That's the one you want to watch.
Doc Mario. # Arcade Game Over.
Arcade1Up is over, man. They're circling
Game
the
over,
world.
man. Game over.
Game over, man. All the creative talent left, all the people were getting you, the few titles that you got, they're all gone. It's all gone.
I got the ones I wanted.
Yeah.
Then I had to spend more money to freaking put them closer to the real one because they couldn't do it.
As you know, the speculation and stuff, there's nothing coming. There's nothing coming. The next thing that's coming is them selling the company. Other than that, or repeating what they've done before.
Sell to Atari. Atari probably doesn't want it.
Yeah, Atari would buy it probably for the right price. Atari is just they're buying everything. They
I know
love their acquisition mode, man. The only good thing is Atari might actually do something with Arcade1Up too. They wouldn't sit on their hands.
They're releasing their arcade.
Not like they're doing now.
You can release all those Atari cabs, man, from the 80s. That'd be so fucking awesome.
Yeah, that would be great. Who wouldn't love that?
As long as they did it right.
They never made a good Centipede. You know? I think New Wave Toys should do Centipede. If I was to, if they ever go with a full size cabinet.
Oh, I'll say they already did one.
Yeah, I'm talking about a full size or a 3/4 or just a bigger arcade cabinet.
Well, JCat, it would be better if these companies would just build to order. Yes, they wouldn't have the situation they had with the Blitz, where they had a whole warehouse full of NFL Blitz.
Man. And Arcade1Up, they could have done that so easily. They had that person from Hasbro. What was her name? Liv? That's what she did. She did the HasLabs, where they did what do they call it when they crowdfund stuff? Crowdfunding Indiegogo. Kickstarter. She knew how to do all that stuff, and they just didn't do anything. They just didn't do anything with it. So, I mean, they can't even upgrade it. I mean, you know what's funny? I mean, don't even get me started, but Evercade, never done an arcade, right? T. McCloskey? I mean, they're not really a home arcade company. Evercade makes cartridges and retro games. But even Evercade is coming into home arcade, and they're putting good quality Samoa clone joysticks like iArcade used, and good quality buttons. So, I mean, either you care about quality and you care about the user experience, or you don't. And they don't care. They don't care about this segment. Like the people that are into home arcades and that want better stuff, they just don't care, Team McCluskey.
Nope.
Have they fixed your Dragon's Lair?
Yeah.
So Daphne doesn't look like a kung fu movie when it gets to the end of the game?
No. They fixed it.
Man, if they cared, they would have fixed that. They would have fixed that a long time ago.
You said, what's his name? Said there is a fix for that. You were the one saying that, weren't you? What's his
Mystery
name?
Encoder.
Yeah,
Mystery Encoder. He never released a fix to fix Dragon's Lair. Hey gamers, and welcome back to the channel. This is Papa Brad, and today we're diving deep into a hot topic that's buzzing around the arcade community today. And that's about how Arcade1Up, the beloved maker of retro arcade cabinets, might be losing its competitive edge. And it all ties back to Capcom's release of the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for everyone. The death grip is over. Let's get it started. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online. No gatekeepers. Competition. Playing with friends. Sign me up. Let's get into it. For those that might not be familiar, Arcade1Up is a company that has brought the nostalgia of classic arcade games back into our homes since 2018. They've released a series of 3/4 scale arcade cabinets featuring beloved titles like Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, and of course, the Marvel vs. Capcom series, and especially Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which in my opinion is one of the worst cabinets that Arcade1Up has ever made. Personally owning one and then selling it at a loss, I'm not a fan. We'll get into that in a bit. These cabinets in general have been a hit among collectors and retro gaming enthusiasts who love the authentic arcade experience without the need to find and restore real vintage arcade machines. But here's where things are going to get interesting. Capcom has just released the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics for modern platforms like PS4, Nintendo Switch, Steam. This collection includes some of the most iconic titles from the franchise all in one package. Let's take a look. Capcom. The legendary crossover hits are back. Gamers, are you ready? Journey across time with Marvel and Capcom heroes? Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Bam! X-Men, Children of the Atom. Oh yeah. Boom! Marvel superheroes. 1 cab down, 2 cabs down. X-Men versus Street Fighter. Look at Sabretooth. Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Get hyped. This looks amazing. Can't wait. I don't even have to buy anything. I got a PS4. Marvel vs. Capcom. Arguably one of the greatest fighting games of all time. I know this one's super popular and my favorite fighting game of all time. This is my number one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Will I actually be able to play it online? No lag? I won't be stuck in the desert? And oh yeah, we're going to give you the Punisher too. Remember when Arcade1Up said it's too violent? We're not going to put it on our cabs? Yeah, well, we're going to give you that too. Fatality for Arcade1Up. This is a massive big deal because we're going to be able to set up tournaments. We're going to be able to fight with our friends. We're going to get exclusive content. All without having to buy anything except for the game. Because it's going to be on the PS4. It's going to be on the Switch. And it's going to be on Steam, so anyone with a PC will be able to do this. And I know for YouTubers, we love it when it's on Steam because that means it's going to be easy to stream. The competition has just got started with arcade marquee cards included. Long-awaited online features, rollback netcode for a smooth online experience. What the Arcade1Up fanboys have always wanted, it's just going to come stock. Should have been that way from the beginning. Play with your friends. Play in tournaments. We won't be at the mercy of Arcade1Up to tell us if we can do a tournament or not. This is going to change everything. The online features is huge. Boom, look at this list of games. The Killer's Row. Marvel vs. Capcom vs. Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is coming soon. Look at 2024 PS4, Nintendo Switch, Steam. Merry Christmas, bub. Okay, we've seen the video. We're talking about all-time classic Capcom fighters with perfect online netcode. Talking about Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of the Superheroes. Talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. These titles have been faithfully ported to the modern systems with online play, enhanced graphics, and extra features that weren't even in the arcade versions. So what does this mean for Arcade1Up? Well, a few things. First, accessibility. With these games now available on popular consoles and PCs, more gamers can easily access and enjoy them without the need for a big, bulky Arcade1Up arcade cabinet. They've lost their stranglehold on having online competition. That's huge. Second, full-sized Arcade1Up cabinet can set you back a few $100s, whereas a fighting collection will be available for a fraction of that cost. This makes it a no-brainer for gamers who want the same experience at a lower price point. Get you a good fighting stick, and you're off to the races, playing competitive Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online. It's going to be amazing. Third, convenience. Not everyone has the space for an arcade cabinet. Being able to play these classics on a console or a PC makes it much easier for the average gamer to dive into the action. So this is going to be good for your average gamer. Let's not count Arcade1Up out just yet. One of their biggest selling points is the nostalgia factor. There's something special about standing in front of an arcade cabinet, joystick in your hand, just like back in the day. And for many, that experience is priceless, even if you're doing it with a cabinet made out of particle board. Arcade1Up also offers a sense of authenticity and physical presence that a digital collection can't replicate, but I have seen it myself where they botch nostalgia. My Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they edited the pictures of Morgan. Unacceptable. I'm paying for nostalgia. You're taking nostalgia away. When you delete nostalgia, you ruin the one thing that you had, Arcade1Up. You gotta keep the artwork the same. Looking ahead, Arcade1Up will need to innovate to stay competitive. That means diversifying their product line, adding exclusive features to their cabinets, and even venturing into new game licenses that aren't available on modern consoles. In the end, it's an exciting time for fighting game fans. Whether you prefer the classic arcade experience or the convenience of a modern console, there's no shortage now of ways to enjoy these timeless games. Thanks for watching. What do you think about Capcom's new fighting collection? Do you think it spells trouble for Arcade1Up? Or is there room for both in our gaming world? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gaming news and reviews. And until next time, this has been Papa Brad, reminding you to always stay legit and keep gaming. Later, peace. This is Papa Brad coming at you with one of the most hotly anticipated Arcade1Up cabs ever. Talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This has been an arcade cab that the home arcade community has been clamoring for years. This game is one of Papa Brad's personal favorites in real arcades, and it is my actual favorite fighting game of all time. So when I found out Arcade1Up was making a cab, I had to check it out. But was it worth $600? While the molded coin door in the front is nice, the thinness of this board is ridiculous for a product that's $600. The buttons on the machine when you get it stock are absolute trash. They are garbage, and you need to replace them if you're going to try to play this game seriously at all. The monitor looks sharp, it's a BOE, but why are we still settling for tiny 17-inch monitors? We should be asking for 19-inch monitors and not for an increase in price, for the same price. Every other home product has improved in quality, except for Arcade1Up home arcades. We need to tell them we want more. This design, using these brackets to hold the cab together, is a joke. It ruins the artwork. Delivering the game without online play for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a massive fail. Shout out to Be Kong for an easy mod. You can use an X-Acto knife, shave away the little prongs on your sandwas, they just push in. They are tight fit, but once the little tabs are cut off with an X-Acto knife, they push right in. Modding the buttons on this cab is not a choice, it's a necessity. Don't forget, after you're done modding your control panel, which you'll have to do if you really want to play the game right, you're going to have to use a screwdriver and tighten down the ball so it doesn't unscrew. This is basic common sense, and it amazes me there are reviews where people don't do this. If you know anything about home arcade or arcades, this is like simple, basic information. Look how cheap that wood is. Your customers deserve better than this. This is cheapy arcade. I mean, come on, you can do better. All that being said, let's talk about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The game, casuals won't notice it, but there are things that I've noticed which are disappointing. One thing is the audio. This is the perfect cab for Halloween because the audio seems to go up and down like there's a ghost inside the machine that just plays with the volume switch. That's pretty crazy. It's kind of spooky. Another thing is that the game, if you have it on for a long time, there can be some slowdown as the chip is not made to withstand the heat of being on and being played for a long period of time. I've had a few screen freezes, I've had a few frame drops. This product being released half-baked is not acceptable. I mean, the fact that the home arcade community is accepting this is, to me, a mistake. I mean, the fake FOMO for this cab that made me order it early when there are known issues with the cab also is another concern that lets me wonder, is Arcade1Up being honest with their consumers? That's a huge deal. I mean, this cab is basically broken. One of the main features for the cab doesn't work. Not to mention input lag, audio issues, other things. I'm not going to do gameplay because there's tons of that on the internet if you want to watch it. I'm going to say this cab right now is not worth $600. This is this cab in its current state, this should be like a $300 or $400 cab. It's a legacy cab. The quality is just not there. And that's my opinion. And I bought the cab, paid it with my own money. That is my opinion of this cab. Arcade1Up, you've got to do better. Your competition has bigger monitors, both AtGames and iArcade. They both have better controls. The controls in this thing, I mean, why should I have to change out the controls just to get something acceptable? I mean, that's not good. The joysticks are a little better. They're still not great, but compared to the trash they normally put, the joysticks were slightly improved. You do get some great games. You know, people that say the construction of this cab is really high quality, I mean, you need to get some other home arcades. This is like a C- from a quality standpoint. Bad controls, really thin, cheap wood. You know, the back of the cab isn't even painted. It's just basic particle-looking board. I mean, these Arcade1Ups are cheap. I mean, the cab design is like a C- at best. Marvel vs. Capcom in its current state, the playability, I'd say it's a B. It has issues, but you know, I think people that have played it a lot, like on the Dreamcast, they're going to see the issues. If you haven't played it a lot, you might not notice, so that's good. The other games work good. They did patch. I know the Marvel vs. Capcom game wasn't working at first, but they need to get on this. And the company turning invisible and not answering when they're going to have a patch, not talking to the consumers that bought this thing, it's pathetic. Arcade1Up, you've got to do better, and that is my opinion. Thanks so much for watching this. This is Papa Brad reminding you to stay legit. Capcom has just released the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics for modern platforms like PS4, Nintendo Switch, Steam. This collection includes some of the most iconic titles from the franchise all in one package. Let's take a look. Capcom. The legendary crossover hits are back. Gamers, are you ready? Journey across time with Marvel and Capcom heroes? Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Bam! X-Men, Children of the Atom. Oh yeah. Boom! Marvel Superheroes. One cab down, two cabs down. X-Men versus Street Fighter. Look at Sabretooth. Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Get hyped. This looks amazing. Can't wait. I don't even have to buy anything. I got a PS4. Marvel vs. Capcom. Arguably one of the greatest fighting games of all time. I know this one's super popular and my favorite fighting game of all time. This is my number one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Will I actually be able to play it online? No lag? I won't be stuck in the desert? And oh yeah, we're going to give you the Punisher too. Remember when Arcade1Up said it's too violent? We're not going to put it on our cabs? Yeah, well, we're going to give you that too. Fatality for Arcade1Up. This is a massive big deal because we're going to be able to set up tournaments. We're going to be able to fight with our friends. We're going to get exclusive content. All without having to buy anything except for the game. Because it's going to be on the PS4. It's going to be on the Switch. And it's going to be on Steam, so anyone with the PC will be able to do this. And I know for YouTubers, we love it when it's on Steam because that means it's going to be easy to stream. The competition has just got started with arcade marquee cards included. Long-awaited online features, rollback netcode for a smooth online experience. What the Arcade1Up fanboys have always wanted, it's just going to come stock. Should have been that way from the beginning. Play with your friends. Play in tournaments. We won't be at the mercy of Arcade1Up to tell us if we can do a tournament or not. This is going to change everything. The online features is huge. Boom, look at this list of games. The Killer's Row. Marvel vs. Capcom vs. Fighting Collection Arcade Classics is coming soon. Look at 2024 PS4, Nintendo Switch, Steam. Merry Christmas, bub.
Well, Papa Brad's a gaming. He's got passion in his soul. From pinball tables to Atari, he's always in control. He's a master of retro command. The old school style's his thing. With every flick of the joystick, you can hear the twang ting. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school living. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a lover of the classics, the sound of pixelated beats. Late nights at the arcade with every game defeat. But he'll keep on pushing till he's reached that final stage. Papa Brad's the gaming legend. His passion never fades. Stay legit, Papa Brad, keep the high school rolling. From the classic arcades to the AtGames pinball board. With the Atari 2600, your love for games will never quit. Stay true yourself, Papa Brad, and always stay legit. He's a